This really old building is being renovated. Looks like 1781 was when it was built. This whole block on Harburg, where the old church is, has all these old buildings built in this construction, and they're all protected. But what's really interesting is I noticed like some of the walls, they're leaning at an angle, maybe like, I don't know, 10 degrees in, and I wonder if they did that on purpose. But you could see the construction of this and how they put in the new bricks, but they're keeping the same style, replacing a lot of the joists and stuff. That's so cool. So it's a very blustery day today. I had to get out of the apartment because the cleaner was coming by. I didn't want to be there with the cleaner there. So Harburg has a lot of these old houses still here. You know, if you notice, here's another one that I'm coming up on. And once again, this construction is very, you know, we saw some of the barns earlier, the big barns in the countryside, but in the city, there's still a lot of these old buildings as well. Absolutely gorgeous. And this has been renovated as well, you could tell. It's got the boat up there because we're right next to the harbor of Harburg. And I was just talking to a local, and he said that there's what's the remnants of an old fort down there still. Even though they kind of built on top of it, you could still see the old castle walls. So hopefully I could find that. But yeah, just kind of like a get out of the house day. Look at some cool architecture. In Harburg, the street that has the main church, I didn't capture it on film, but the church no longer is in existence. I think in the 1980s it said, I couldn't really read it that well. They moved the main church, that used to be the main church, for like 300-400 years. And part of the walls still exist, if you want to see that. And on that street, which is cobbled, they have one really gorgeous residence that is also built in the 1600s, and they've maintained it very well. So that's if you're down in Harburg, that's a good place to go check out. But you can see here's another really old building, and they're all still being used. This one looks like it's in pretty sad shape. You can see the old power, like when electricity was introduced and they put in the power line holders up there, but this one's kind of weathered, and it looks like they're trying to keep it from falling down. So let's go check out the harbor, see if we can find anything out there. It's a much smaller harbor than Hamburg, obviously, but also they may have more older stuff there too because it's smaller. So let's go find out. This house I was just looking at, look at the decorations underneath the eaves there. But it's saying something about, you know, back in 1100, this was some kind of like a street. It sounds like some kind of street for canal street, where basically the boats would come and they would sell their wares and stuff. So this is a super old street right here, which is kind of like, you know, right now it's kind of like super industrial. And you can see the water here. Looks like they built some apartments or something on there as well. But I'm sure it's all been infilled from way back when. So let's see if there's anything left. This is cool. This is the harbor area. Looks like a houseboat. An old tugboat here. And so I was just talking to some people. There's a World War II bunker back here behind me. They were just in there trying to, he said something, his English wasn't very good. They're trying to renovate the bunkers to have it open to the public. These are the bunkers from World War II, because obviously these harbor areas were heavily bombed. This would not be a safe place to be during World War II, that's for sure. You know, Hamburg was the main city going out into the North Sea. So it's definitely a military target. But yeah, I don't know if I can get any closer to the water. I see big warehouses up here. Let's see if we can get closer. I made it to the waterfront here. Really the canals of Harburg or Hamburg. I'm actually really close to Hamburg. I might just walk into the city center because I'm almost there. I've walked this whole way. I don't even know how many miles. It's like 6 miles so far. But yeah, Harburg. So yeah, there's a big fort or castle here somewhere. I'm not really sure where I'm at, but this was a huge star fort. So let's see if I can find that, and then I'll head back. Or maybe head all the way into Hamburg. I don't know yet. I'll find out. Wow, it's windy. Look at those winds over there. Wind turbines going off. So this is like the industrial heart of Germany, right? It has been for a very, very, very long time. Hamburg, the actual city, should be just right over there. I have to go across that bridge somehow, but I think there's another bridge up this way. Super industrial over there. So I'm gonna see if I can get across. I'm up trying to find the castle. That's like a dead end all through there, so I'm gonna head back home or towards that direction. I only found the castle, so this is what's left of it. It's just like this little section, and there's this one building here, which is one of the oldest buildings actually in Harburg. Yeah, it dates back to the 1500s. But this is the building, and this is a private residence now, I think, but you can't really see too much of it, but it's super old. And it's the only part of the castle left. And I'm not sure if these walls, I doubt these were part of the wall, but maybe I can find the remnants of the actual castle wall that I heard they built on top of. Let's see if we can find it. There's something underneath this building as well. It's very raised up. And on the other side they had some signage, but I didn't get a good enough look at it, but maybe I could find it still. But yeah, this is the building. It's beautiful. I'm gonna get rained on. Yeah, but underneath this, I think is like some big cellar or something that's left from the original castle. Okay, you can tell how thick the walls are by the windows, right? Those are just super thick. Okay, let's go to the other side, check it out. Relief artwork. So this is with the Star Fort, and this is what it is today. Just a bunch of warehouses, so there's nothing really much left. I'm not really sure where we're at on this, but we're pretty much right in the middle. Yeah, I think there's underneath this building is still like a bunch of cellars and stuff, like the basement that still exists from way back when. Anyway, I'm gonna get dumped on. I gotta find somewhere to shelter in place so I don't get totally soaked. This whole time I've been walking in this kind of the dock area, this is overwhelming smell of hot dogs. This whole freaking time. It makes me so hungry. Anyway, keep going. This is the entrance, kind of where I walked in. That's the main building. That's basically the center of the port. And here was the gatehouse right here. And they said that in this little plaque that during the 7 Years' War, this whole castle was basically flat. But they found remnants of it when they're constructing the park, obviously. But okay, now I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Get a hot dog, maybe. Vegetarian one. This looks like a cool place. There's like a bunch of food courts over here. Really nice walkways, like kind of like a nice park area to come check out. It looks like some really old brick buildings down that way, so I'm gonna go check that out. But okay, keep walking. This is Canal Square. It's a new bridge, but it's a historic bridge going to the castle. And this is like the hub of Harburg for commerce in the area for hundreds of years. Well, not anymore, but it used to be. It's a beautiful area. Got some great apartment blocks around here. It'd be a nice place to probably get a place to live. Keep going. Yeah, the town square or the dock square is right there. This whole area is just like all brand new apartments and restaurants and pubs, and really hip place. Probably get a, you know, nice place to live right there, like I said. So, oh, this guy fishing here in the thing. I wonder what he's catching. Look at this old, super old warehouse or factory, abandoned in the heyday. Once again, this is like the center of commerce, or this whole region actually of Hamburg, this whole surrounding area. Very industrial. Huge, huge factory. Man, it'd be super cool if they turned that into apartment blocks, right? But yeah, you can tell it's really old street layout, you know, it's not a grid, so it's very old. Interesting. Wow, really cool bridge going over, you know, towards Hamburg. Looks like there's bike paths all along here too, which I'm going to be heading on my way home. I'm going to take. But the actual shield up there, a good friend Claude, Sybil's significant other, informed me that when it has a depiction of a gate on any of these shields for any of these cities, if there's a lion inside the gate, that means that it's guarded. And so, you know, it's a guarded entrance into the city or whatever. So that's pretty neat. 1897. I'm gonna go read up on it over here. Oh, you can't hear it now. There's like an air raid siren or something. When I was walking by it, like the building, it actually went off, and it was like, I don't know what it's for because I didn't see any traffic or anything, but I just heard it again from over here. It's really loud. Permanent bridge over the river Elbe. And this guy who designed it, the architect, he built all kinds of stuff around here, you know, train stations, stuff like that, other bridges, but he also built a lot of stuff in Argentina. It's interesting. Yeah, super old. It's only accessible to foot traffic now and bicycles. Interesting. That's weird. There's a lot of water around here. So it must be a special kind of frog or something. I don't know. Check that out. Ducks. Just wandering down some rural backcountry road. Trying to cut through to all the farmers' fields to get back to the main street heading back to Meckelfeld. Nice day now. Not too wet, not too sunny. Perfect for walking. A lot of these like people, they must have like the houses on one side and then their little farming plots, gardens on the other. Very neat. See, this shed has like a shield, coat of arms, flags, you know, Germany, different regions. That's something I've noticed like in the Balkans and here is like flags are important. Identity of a group is important, and I think that's plays a lot into everyone's history everywhere, where we have strife between people, right? Is it people always self-identify, they become very territorial, you know, even here again with the resurgence of the far right, and throughout Europe in general. Actually, it's kind of happening a lot more. In the United States you see it as well, and it doesn't have to be the far right either. It could be the far left, it could be people in the middle. People tend to always gravitate towards a group. It's just human nature, a sense of belonging, even within a territory like, you know, Germany or within any of the Balkan states. Even there's subgroups and they become very territorial, and that's where you get a lot of pushback, you know, when we see immigration issues that come up, be it, you know, Mexicans coming up into the United States, into Texas, or, you know, immigrants coming from the Middle East or from Ukraine. Doesn't really matter where. It's just that, you know, people are very territorial, And I think oh shoot, how am I gonna get across this? And so it just constantly plays into it, you know. Oh look, there's a Turkish flag over there. And I don't know, there's always going to be internal strife. It doesn't really matter right, left, center, progressive, conservative, liberal. People always are bickering, and I don't know what the answer to it is, but I don't think there is an answer. It's just always going to be what it is. Anyway, interesting. Gonna continue on. I got a long walk. I'm already at 9 miles today, and I'm probably only 25% of the way back. So this is going to be definitely maybe a 15-16 mile day. Good walk. Luckily it's not roasting hot. This is one of these areas that I'm cutting through now. It's like a country lane, but these aren't houses. These are like cabins that the German people use, you know, that do their gardening to get away from the city. It's very common. I don't know too much about it other than, you know, I learned about it in university when I was learning about Germany and German culture. But I mean, some of them are really nice, but it's just a little cabin, like, you know, like a little studio. That's it, where family can come and chill out for the weekend or a holiday. Usually have like something growing, you know, like a garden. But yeah, pretty cool. Super cool. I was just walking, there's a guy probably my age just sitting there, and I said hi, and he said hi back, and he asked me what I was doing here, and he told me, yeah, he basically confirmed that, you know, these little cabins are just, you know, for them to hang out in the weekend. You know, they don't live here. They just yeah, they just chill out here, do barbecue, garden, hang out with friends, family. Pretty cool. About flags, there's a Portuguese one, just going off about flags. Everyone's got one, but I haven't seen any Portuguese ones before. It's blowing, but out of all the non-divisive flags you could probably ever have is that one. But you can't see it right now because the wind's not blowing. Come on. It's a happy face, or smiley face. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. I mean, everyone should have that flag. Have peace in the world, right? Kumbaya. Oh, it smells so fresh. I wasn't paying attention where I was walking and I stepped on that dead mole, or whatever it is. Oh, disgusting. Okay, continue on. I spooked the horses. Google says go this way, but I can't. So I gotta double back a little bit. Huh, nice. Right over here, I've been walking down this long road. It's like a wetlands area, and there's even a signage there talking about how they are repairing the environment here and everything. I thought, oh, that's so great, you know, like the Germans are very into repairing the stuff, but then again, you know, you have right here garbage. People just leave garbage there. And can't escape it, you know. But definitely not as bad as many other places I've lived in the world, but it's kind of sad to see people just throwing their trash everywhere. Yeah, all the different water bugs and critters live in here. Yeah, it's pretty cool they're doing that, at least, right? Trying to repair the environment. Okay, got a long way to go still. Hey, you can really see the canal from here. It's flowing pretty good too. And over here, it's someone's property, and they have a nice little spot. This is what my friend Sybil needs to do with her property, is make a little area like that where you just chill by the water. Cool. Little ducks. God, I've been walking all over the place, and there's these slugs everywhere, right? And then I'm walking along, and I see this thing. That's a little mole. It's a baby mole. Oh, that's so cool. I've never seen something like that. There's something going on with its little little back here. You okay, guy? Little critter? Let's see. I can pick him up. Ooh, he makes sense. Look. Oh, that is so cool. Little baby. Okay. I'm gonna let him go. He's trying to burrow into my hand. I put him in there. Maybe he'll be safe. I don't know where his mommy is. Why is he coming back out here? I hope he doesn't die. It's so weird, like something goes back and forth on his back right there. I don't know what it is. Little critter. Okay, good luck. Raining like crazy. There's a stork, and out there's a deer. I saw a hunting blind back there. I was like, what? There's like deer out here? But I guess in the middle, kind of big city. I guess it's kind of countryside too, but yeah, it's a deer way out there. Can't tell from here if it's a buck or a doe, but yeah, a lot of these big storks too, all over the place. Lots of these little cabins all along this creek here. Pretty nice area. But you're never ever far away. That's the thing about Germany. Never far away from a massive freeway. You could always kind of hear, even when you think you're in the middle of nowhere, you could always hear the traffic. Yeah, those guys are big. Yeah, we have blue herons where I'm from. I don't know if those are related. They don't look very similar. In the middle of nowhere. And it talks about the history of this area of Meckelfeld and what's the other town that this place is called? Seevetal canal. It's something about the 1500s. This place was kind of established. It says 1772. There's a map that was made, and this is the flag for this area. And once again, it has a millstone in the flag, or the coat of arms, which is super cool. So obviously this whole place was wheat production, right? Meckelfeld. This is kind of like where I'm staying, somewhere over here. Yeah, interesting. Okay, now it turns into a nicer path here anyway. I am almost home. So I think what I'm gonna do now is basically go to the store, get some snacks for tonight. Tomorrow I'm just gonna chill out because I'm already at almost 13 miles. So it'll be about 15 by the time I get back. And then tomorrow, and then Saturday I'm gonna go back to the water mill and do, I don't know if I'll get any footage of it, but I'm gonna volunteer, do a little cleanup work there and get a free breakfast. Maybe practice my German. And then I got a plan for my trip back to California. Ooh, someone's chopping wood. Until next time, I guess I'll catch you later. Maulwurf. That's what that little critter's called, a mole in English. I guess it could be called a Wasserspitzmaus, a water mouse also.